If you spent years in the events industry, your event experience is your IP, your biggest asset. And the smartest event pros that I know are no longer just monetizing their time. They're monetizing their expertise. In this video, I'm going to break down what a six-figure year, a six-figure income stream, like a coaching or consulting business within the events industry could look like, built entirely around you, your lived experience, your systems, your unique things that only you know in the way that you know them, your brain power. This is exactly what I did, and now how I coach and mentor others to scale in the events industry. Because here's the thing that we need to talk about. If you are not yet tapping into your event expertise as an income stream, your income is limited. You will hit a ceiling, because this is what we call trading time for money. And you are only able to bring in income into your business if you are on the ground running events, if you are working for your clients. So this is going to change the game for you. This video is for the high-level, leader-level event professional who has done the agency work, done the in-house roles, done the 16-hour days, the running around after speakers, the leading teams. Maybe it's for the event pro who actually already has an event business, but that business isn't where they thought it would be after all this hustle. This is for you if you're craving more freedom, more influence, and honestly, more income, because it's not always about the money. It certainly isn't always about the money when you work in events, right? We know that this is a very demanding industry. It's not a 9-to-5 industry. We have to do it for a bigger thing, right? We have to do it for more than just like, oh, it's, you know, it's fun. It's, yeah, okay, it's paying my bills, because you need that drive and you need that passion. But here's what I need you to know. You are limiting yourself and you are leaving money on the table if you are not yet monetizing your events expertise. And here's something else I need you to know. You're not actually starting from scratch. You are sitting on years of proof, of strategy, of value. You just haven't packaged it up yet. Your event experience is your unique IP. You have already built your frameworks, the things that help you do what you do in the events industry. You know, that onboarding checklist that you always tweak and refine, and you have done for years, so it is literally perfect when you go on site. Maybe it is your run of show, which has taken years for you to really refine for all of those international events. Maybe it's your process that you use to calm down a frantic speaker who's about to step on stage before a keynote and they've come in last minute and they're freaking out and you're the calm. It's your ability to pull together a truly show-stopping event, you know? Sometimes with just a spreadsheet, a Slack channel, and caffeine and willpower alone. It's what you do, it's what you've always done. And that is your intellectual property. That is your IP. And that is what could make you thousands and thousands in additional income into your business or your career. The people who scale for the long term and scale sustainably in our industry are not just trading time for money anymore. They're turning their experience into products, into programs, into retainer contracts, into existing things where people can come in, tap into their expertise. So I want to give you a bit of a lowdown on how you can do this too. The most important thing to think about is you are in a busy industry, so we want to be able to simplify to amplify, and I would always recommend a one core offer model. So many people that I know come to me and they've got all these grand ideas of like, okay, so I want to be a coach and then I want to launch this, and oh my god, I should do masterclasses and maybe I'll write a book, and you know, I should probably have a membership too. Let's keep it simple. Here's what a scalable six-figure income stream could look like. We want to think about having one signature offer. So this could be like one-to-one coaching or consulting. It could be a group program where you lead people through a particular transformation in a group container. It could be a digital product that you package up and sell. That one core offer needs to have a hyper-specific transformation and promise. So this is where you tell people how you're going to help them and essentially how you get them from A to B. A is where they are now. B is their aspirational identity, aka where they want to be. What else do you need? You need a scalable structure, because there's no point saying, right, I'm going to launch this coaching income stream when you're still working full time and you're running yourself to the ground because all of your free time is taken up on one-on-one coaching calls when actually you need to be resting and recuperating. We're in a busy industry. And I'll tell you how I did this as well, because it'll be useful. But we also want to lead with your personal brand first, because people buy from people and people want your brain, especially in this age of AI where people can tap into information. The edge that you have is your edge, is your unique experiences, lived experiences. What can you bring to the table that others can't? What are those years of nuanced moments and memories and breakthroughs and challenges that you have had to overcome, and how can you bring that in? So say you've got one offer, right, and you sell that at $2,000 a month for 5 clients, or pounds, whatever currency you use. 5 clients, that would be 10,000 a month. So over 10 months, you're already hitting 100K over a year. Now, this does not need a complicated funnel. It does not need a huge team. It does not need burnout, but we need to get hyper specific on what that one core offer could be for you. And that could be a consultancy. It could be mentoring. It could be a digital product. And then we tweak the numbers based around that. So obviously the higher ticket your product is, obviously it needs to have a much greater transformation. It needs to really, really deliver on that promise. But you know, you can get to that number, to that 6-figure number in a quicker, simpler way, but it's going to take more work for you. Or you could have a lower lift thing where maybe it is a digital course that people do online, but typically you are going to charge less for that. There's no such thing as passive income. I'm not going to tell you you can make money in your sleep, because you have to do the work ahead of time, but that is going to be more scalable without you having to be there. Let's talk about some of the mistakes that people make. Offering everything to everyone. And I see this, oh my God, download my course and also join my program, and also you can hire me as a consultant, and also you can do this, and blah, 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 blah. Other mistakes, they undercharge because they think that, you know, oh, well, to stand out, to be seen, I have to undercut my competitors, or I have to be really accessible to everyone. And this is going to block your growth. Another thing that a lot of event pros do, they avoid building a personal brand because they've always felt safer being behind the scenes, being the doer, being the one that just is not seen or heard and is getting stuff done. But when you get specific, your people find you. And when you create one clear offer, you are going to get booked out, seen, heard, hired for that specific offer that you have created. When you lean on your unique IP, you become known for this. You become what I would say the go-to. You become the eventfluencer in that area. And this isn't about, you know, stepping on your competitors or whatever. We all have different views of competitors. And I think the way that I see this is, I know there are other people coaching in the events industry. Of course there are, but I can safely say that no one does it to the depth, to the level, to the experience that I do it. And I have built a very unique path and a very unique standing for myself as the go-to for what I do. And this isn't just because I woke up one day and was like, oh, I do this now. It's because I've put in the reps over years and years and years, and what is now coming into 6 years of coaching in our industry. So when you know what your unique edge is and what you have to offer, you don't just become unstoppable, you become uncopyable. And when you have a strong personal brand, there will be people who might try and kind of step on your toes or do what you're doing. I literally get it all the time, right? People are viewing my LinkedIn profile every day and then suddenly their bio sounds like mine. But I know, I'm so convicted in the fact that they don't have my expertise, they don't have my energy, and they don't have what I'm able to offer my clients. So what we want to do is get really clear on what your one core offer is going to be. What is the unique transformation that takes your audience, your world, the people that are going to come and hire you from A to B? What is that transformation that you can offer? And to be able to really dig deep in this, you need to dig even deeper into who your ideal dream client is. You need to know them so in depth. It is no longer good enough to just be like, oh, I help event pros go from this to this. It will not cut it if you want to stand out in a crowded market. You also need to build life first. So we need to look at how we can integrate this into your existing life, your existing career. I'll tell you how I did it first. So I started with one-on-one coaching as a side hustle, as an additional income stream. I talk about this a few videos back when I give you my whole journey to becoming an events coach. So definitely check that out because it's going to give you more context. I don't want to repeat because I know many of you will have seen that already. What I did is I worked on one specific core thing, which when I started out was my one-to-one coaching. I got super clear on what do I actually want from this? Who is the person that I can uniquely help, and how am I going to stand out in the marketplace so people will instantly know whether I am for them or not for them, and how can I double down on being seen and heard and hired for this specific thing. I also was quite real about my calendar as well. I didn't want to overcommit myself. I didn't want to go crazy on having too many things and too many slots for clients and just saying yes to everything. And this is where actually building when you've already got revenue streams is really powerful. For me, that revenue stream, that income stream was my full-time salary, right? So I was already building from abundance. I wasn't building from that place of lack. And I think this is a really important thing. You know, I speak candidly about how I left my job. I left a job that, you know, was awful and toxic and crushed my confidence, but I knew that I had something. I knew I had a way to generate income. So sometimes you do have to build things simultaneously, and this isn't about, you know, that age-old like myth of like, oh, the average millionaire has 12 income streams. That was a quote that was, you know, said about 10 years ago, and it's just now been blown in out of proportion. There's a lot of, you know, leaders who speak about this and how that really isn't true, but you can truly scale when you double down on one thing. And I hit 6 figures of income in 11 months through one single offer, which was one-to-one coaching. When I had hit that mark, I realized, right, I can either continue and I can bring on more clients, but what's the sacrifice there? Well, it would potentially affect my energy, affect my free time, and affect my performance at my full-time job. None of those things I was willing to sacrifice. That's when I scaled back on my one-to-one and I worked on a scalable offer, introducing a group into my offer suite. And I still believe that, you know, really you can hit multiple 6, 7 figures from one core offer in the informational services industry. We are now at a time where unique lived experience and true experts, not fake experts, are needed more than ever. And the reason for this is because you can cut through the noise when you go through your unique experience. Anyone these days can go into an AI tool, a ChatGPT, a Gemini, whatever it is that you use, and get information, right? Obviously we can Google too, but you're going to have a far greater depth of information. It's literally changing every single day. We are seeing AI bots, we're seeing all of this stuff, you know, coming in, but what it truly cannot replace is your unique edge, your unique energy, and your unique intellectual property from your lived experiences in this industry. The events industry is very, very specific. People need very, very specific support. So when you can get hyper specific on what is your one thing, what is your one thing that you can share with our industry in a way that no one else can. If I handed you a microphone and said, here you go, you have 15 minutes to speak on stage in front of 10,000 people, go do it now. What are you going to speak about? Because that is going to give you the hint for what your unique thing is going to be. Scaling to 6 figures does not just need to look like you working harder, you spending more time on site, or you having to raise your prices and raise them so far that you are kind of out of options in terms of who will actually hire you. It can be scalable, it can be consistent, and actually what a lot of people are craving right now is that safety in their income, knowing that income is coming in. So this is why now is the best possible time to double down on your event expertise as a revenue stream. Once you have decided what your unique thing is, we get a really simple sales system up and running for you. So we focus on sales before we focus on marketing. How are you actually going to sell that thing? Are you going to be offering free calls where someone can come in and have like a consultation, a sort of discovery session with you? Are you going to pitch and sell via a challenge, a webinar, a masterclass, something like that? You can have a way to sell, you can get people in. Then and only then can we work on your marketing, scaling through ideally one social media platform, one traffic source, bringing people into that traffic source, getting them the opportunity to get sold to by you in a really soulful, natural way. And the way that I teach sales is not sleazy, is not cold. I have never cold DM'd anyone in my life before. I will only ever kind of message people who are already connected with me, and I have now scaled and I have brought in £500,000 of revenue from coaching alone. And that, when I say that to people, even when I say it to myself, is wild. I'm going to do another video which kind of breaks down the smoke and mirrors around income in these industries, because I think it's really important to have that transparency too. There are so many possibilities available to you that you're probably sitting on right now. And if you do feel like you're sitting on it but you have no idea where to start, I want to tell you that the number one revenue stream, which has the most potential right now in our industry, is coaching. Because event pros need specific lived experience to support powerful coaching, which elicits that transformation in them, allows them to see what's possible, allows them to dive deep into what their real vision is, and put a tangible action plan in place to get there, whether that is how they can take their events to the next level, their career to the next level, their business to the next level. It does not cut it to have generic coaching anymore. We need event leaders who have that lived experience, who understand the nuances of our industry, that can then coach others, industry peers, other industry leaders, and the next generation to be able to perform at their peak level of performance. And if this is something that you're like, this was a breakthrough for me, I would love to learn how to do it, but I've literally never coached in my life before, well, you are invited into the Events Coach certification. This is the only certification of its kind where I am pouring in my years of hyper-specific frameworks, methodologies, ways of coaching deep into like other people's goals and dreams and visions within our industry, all through the lens of what event pros actually need to be able to succeed right now, which is not generic, which is not fluffy. It is hyper specific to our industry. And we are now enrolling for cohort 2 of the Events Coach certification. Earlier this year, I certified the first ever round of events coaches who are now out in the wild coaching clients. It's very exciting. We already have 4 times the number of people on the waitlist for this program than there are spaces. So I'm taking applications now, and I really encourage you to apply. This is how I'm going to give you everything that you need to become a coach. I'm going to train you personally. I'm going to certify you personally. I'm going to give you everything you need. I'm going to do the practice sessions with you. I'm going to link you up for peer coaching. I'm also going to tell you how to build a coaching business, right? I'm going to give you the marketing secrets, the sales secrets, everything that you need, so that within 90 days you are going to have a coaching offer out into the wild. You are going to be bringing clients in to work with you, and you're going to have that super scalable, sustainable, fulfilling income stream. So make sure you get your application in. We're going to link it in the comments below. I am honestly so excited to see who jumps in this next round of the certification. This work is so powerful. You can make your next 6 figures through your events industry experience alone. I can't wait to show you how. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Let me know what landed for you. Let me know what your breakthrough moment is. And I will see you back next week right here on YouTube for our next episode.